Put the money in the bag!
There was so much chaos that just happened in that 2-second span.
Put the money in the bag!
That
Put it in!
that was a last minute intrusive thought, was it not?
Put it in the bag!
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Haunted Graves and Omens.
Okay.
Welcome to Haunted Graves and Omens. Episode 71.
Yeah.
It's part 2. Hey, welcome back. What's going on? My name is Fred Stewart, and with me, as always, is my lovely co-host Taylor.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going over there?
It's going pretty good.
Oh, good.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think you're gonna make the face hole bigger.
Sorry, guys.
There we go.
And with us running cameras is Monica Cowick.
That is so you. I love the new look. I'm here for it. Yes, queen.
Sorry, just. Sorry, hold on.
Before this episode, right now, Fred hit his head really hard a few times back to back.
I can
And
only
that is the
imagine.
truth.
I can only imagine that has something to do with that. What's happening right now? God damn it!
The more I hit my head, the funnier I get. So.
It just caught me off guard.
Wait, what do you mean?
2
Tell me I
seconds.
look handsome.
You look handsome, but
Yeah.
2 seconds before,
I feel bonita.
because you look bonita, but 2 seconds before cameras are supposed to start rolling, you just utter chaos over there, and I was so confused. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
When I
It was 2 seconds.
when I edit the podcast this week, I'll be sure to include the beginning, last few seconds of that audio, just so you can hear the fucking chaos ensue. Because I just there was a bunch of shit in this box, and I just I just turned it upside down, just dumped it onto the desk, and then just shoved this on my head and started screaming. So. But
It
yeah,
was-
welcome to Haunted Graves and Omens. What's going on?
Welcome.
Hey, what is going on? I feel safe,
Yeah.
content in my little box.
Oh, good. Good.
But yeah, this is going to be a part 2 episode of our last week's episode. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's very exciting and very fun. And I have a feeling this week will probably be with the same.
Yeah.
Is it cool if I take off my disguise?
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Okay, let me just. Master escape artist.
Now the world knows who you really are.
I know. I was gonna say. I thought maybe you would keep it
Oh,
on for
you
the
mean
intro.
an idiot? People have known that for a long time. 71 episodes to be exact.
I thought you were gonna keep it on for the whole episode, and I was gonna commend you for that. It looks like he's keeping it on for the whole episode.
All right. Battle suit engage.
One of these times, he's gonna have a whole just outfit made out of cardboard boxes, much like you would for a child. Oh, it's starting early. Okay,
Put the money in the bag.
great.
So last week we
The
covered.
box in the box.
Last week we covered a fantastic tale of robbery. Probably the most elaborate bank heist that I've ever heard of, and then on top of that, it was the most ever scored from a bank, right, in the
Yeah.
United States,
Yeah,
which is pretty badass.
yeah. Yeah. So we kind of talked about that. We talked about the Denzio family, the Barbers.
Oh, that's right. It was a vending machine mouth, and the guy whose son liked the penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was one guy who was like, "I don't know, boss. I don't really think so."
Yeah.
And then the other guy was like, "I don't really think so."
That got a lot more gravelly this episode.
We did do karaoke last night, and after band practice, my voice is a little on the source side.
It'd be like that.
But anyway, I'm very excited for this episode.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Why is everybody just looking at me? You guys are weird. So, brief synopsis. Basically, what was it? 8 people.
Yes,
8 people robbed the United California Bank in 1972.
Yeah, I want to say just in the early
72, 71. They were trying to steal $30 million from Richard Nixon.
Yep.
And they unfortunately got the wrong intel for the wrong bank.
And
they
with like 8 million.
only scored off with 8 million, which is still fucking insane.
It was 8 or 12. It was a lot of fucking money anyways.
And they did it over the weekend too, which is even more insane.
Yeah.
An FBI special agent who was, I believe, Jim Conway, was actually in the parking lot of the same bank as it was being robbed, not knowing that it was being robbed.
Yeah. He was there to go pick up kids from, or for like a sports practice.
Pretty insane. Now, part 2, I imagine, is going to kind of go into their downfall, into their trials, I assume.
Yes. We're going to talk about the investigation and kind of the aftermath. Specifically, one of the people does not get caught. One of them gets away.
Gets away scot-free, huh?
Scot-free. Until he doesn't. And then we're also going to talk about...
He'll tell you doesn't.
Yeah. He does eventually, I believe, get caught.
Then he doesn't get away scot-free.
Yeah. Well, he gets away...
I want the facts!
He gets away scot-free for a while. But we're also going to talk about how Emil Denzio claims that he was...
set up.
Yeah, he was set up and falsely accused of doing this heist.
Okay.
But are y'all ready to get on into it?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
He's ready.
It's really tender on the neck. Sorry. There we go. I'm ready to get into it.
All right. So, the inside of the bank vault looks like it's been through a blender. Shredded sandbags, broken concrete, crushed safe deposit boxes, dumped documents, junk jewelry, and even discarded cash fill the room. The debris in some places is shoulder high. So, it's some tall ass fucking debris.
So that's a lot of fucking debris.
Yeah.
And they walked in and they found this?
Yeah, so,
Man.
this is after they finally got the vault open because they had sabotaged it so it would not easily open. So Jim Conway is the first FBI agent to arrive at United California Bank in Laguna Niguel. And he feels bad as he steps on the piles of personal effects. But it's the only way that they could go in. Conway is...
Can we just read that in its full? I want to just read that in its full written
you
way.
very well can. Yeah.
Just because it's really funny. It just says it's the only way to go in. Says Conway, a thick-chested man with thick eyebrows. Conway is a career fibby. It was a fibby.
Yeah, which
Lives in Fullerton.
that is a way of just saying that he's part of the FBI.
That he's just a Fed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on March 27th of 1972, he's just a few months away from retirement. I've never heard anyone be called a fibby of being like part of the
It's such
FBI.
a childish thing. Like, let's come from the guy. Let's come from the guy who's got a box on his head. What is such a childish way of being like, he's a fibber. I don't believe like
Yeah.
so stupid.
I've never heard that.
It's fucking stupid.
And I just was very surprised. I thought I went through and changed that, but I must have missed one.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take a detective to figure out that this burglary is incredibly different. It's got 2 beaten alarm systems, explosives, severed steel rods, and it's very obvious that this is like a heavyweight job. Conway says, quote, "It was sophisticated, something I've never seen before." And it is a colossal mess in so many ways. Since the target is safe deposit boxes, the bank has no record of what's missing. Bank customers are clamoring for their grandmother's diamonds, their lucky fountain pens, their baby pictures. And Conway doesn't know what he's chasing. Were these burglars after cash or jewelry or something else that was hidden in a safe deposit box? In their first interviews with the media, FBI spokesmen say $50,000 in cash had been stolen from the bank. And that is the understatement of the century, because it was fucking way more than that.
Yeah, I mean, like...
But they don't know initially.
Oh, so they just kind of guessed?
Yeah. So that's their first interview. They say it's $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to find out it was way more than that.
Gotcha.
I just looked up at the TV and just had to laugh for a minute.
What do you mean?
I don't... Yeah, why would I laugh?
Just cut to Taylor's cam, and I just was like...
So, what they didn't know at the time was that the haul from this burglary was more than twice the size of the infamous Brinks job, which had netted about $2.7 million in 1950. By the first afternoon, the vault turns into an archaeological dig with FBI and bank agents sifting through the debris. Suddenly, the digging stops. A cylindrical silver container is on the floor. UCB District's operation manager, Jack Mills, has a terrible thought. They left a bomb.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, bomb squad rushes in. No bomb. It's an urn full of human remains.
Oh, man.
That's all it is. It's no bomb.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, they put like det cord on it and shit. They're like, we can't move it. We're gonna have to detonate it inside the bank. And they're like, holy fuck. And they're like, 3, 2, 1, mark. And like, fucking. And then they're like, some lady's like, I heard that the bank got robbed. Can I get my dad's ashes? And you're like,
No.
What was it, like in a cylindrical container? She's like, yeah. And she goes, all right. It's like, do you know where your dad is? It's like, yeah, he's in there. He's kind of everywhere.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now he's kind of all over.
I mean, really think about it, he's kind of like our dad, you know, like
In a sense.
He watches over the bank now.
So, in one corner of the vault, they find the strangest thing you'll ever find when you're the FBI investigating a fresh bank burglary. There's cash sitting right there in plain sight, are just stacks of bills. The incredibly thoughtful, skillful thieves, overwhelmed by the sheer size of their haul, forgot to take $10,000 to $15,000.
damn.
So these thieves are good. Conway and his crime scene unit can't find a single fingerprint. They're also lucky that this bank branch has very little plant money, which is bills whose serial numbers are recorded in the event that they're stolen. Mm-hmm. So this bank does not have very much of that.
I wonder why. I mean, maybe because it just wasn't considered a high threat bank, but I feel like all banks are kind of high threat banks. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's a very curious thing to...
Maybe it was like, I don't know when they started circulating serial number bills, mm-hmm. but maybe it was just, it hadn't circulated enough mm-hmm. yet. But in any case, they're pretty lucky thieves. Unless Conway gets a huge break catching these guys, it's going to be like catching the wind. Bank officials set up a table for customers to list missing items or claim items recovered from the vault. One man claims his false teeth. Another woman claims several pages of recipes. Another woman is a bit embarrassed and wants to know if her personal papers have been recovered. Papers from her divorces. 7 divorces.
Oh my God.
She wants her paper from her 7 divorces. She's
what?
20.
What?
By the way.
She's 20?
She's 20 years old.
Holy fuck.
Apparently this lady said that, quote, she told me that when it came to men, she couldn't make up her mind.
Well,
so she just marries them.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Each one of her husbands was like, I can't decide what to eat. What do you want to eat?
And she's like, fuck you! You never listened to me! I fucking live in you forever! Like what?
Like how?
Did her? Can we cut to the wide real quick? I just imagine like she's at a bar.
Yeah.
You're her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
a male patron.
Okay.
Or no, actually, we'll do reverse. You be a male patron,
Okay.
try to hit on me. I'll be her.
Hey,
Hey,
come here often?
I'll fucking marry you right now.
That's how to.
Yeah, you want to get married right now?
Yeah, of course.
I want a divorce. So.
Fucking bet. I was there like 5 minutes ago.
Why do you always leave? Marty's hitting his vape. I'm so sorry. Continue.
So it isn't long before the victims pass through the stages of grief, skipping quickly over denial, anger, and depression, and realizing that only one word truly describes how everyone feels, which is litigious. In a matter of months, they sue United California Bank for $26 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so people were not very happy with all that.
Excuse me, all the noise as I sit down.
So Conway makes a list of what he's got. They came through the roof. They use drills, torches, and sledgehammers. They have electronics expertise, and they have explosives expertise. There are a bunch of them. And that's not much when you're in the talk of, figuring out who the fuck robbed a bank and there's no fingerprints.
Yeah.
So Conway and his team of 8 or so agents began visiting stores that sell heavy-duty drills and torches, and he is getting literally nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So he sends out a bulletin, which includes details of the crime, to all FBI field offices around the country, and surprise, nothing comes back. What's going on there? Oh God.
Everybody relax. I got a Nerf gun that's shaped like a fucking like a pirate gun. Put the money.
My water.
Put the money in the bag.
I don't have any money. Oh.
Put the money in the. Hold on.
He hit me.
Another one. Wait. Keep it on you. Oh.
I don't have.
Well, this one kind of fits kind of weird.
Oh.
Oh.
that was real close.
That one gave me goose pimples.
I got what?
Goose pimples.
Time out.
Goosebumps?
What?
Yeah, that's how they say goosebumps in the UK.
These sure go down here
that.
really far.
I don't like that. Oh God.
This is supposed to be down that far. I don't think so. Oh.
Yeah, I was like, please don't pull that trigger at your glasses. There's still a lot going on right now.
Whatever.
That was done.
So there is no question in the mind of Harry Barber, who is the 31-year-old small-time bagman, which is the one with the gap between his teeth.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something that happened in those first few days changed the case and his life and the future of the country. Nixon had found out they were after his money. And so the question remained, what did Nixon know and when did he know it? So 3 days after the burglary is discovered, G. Gordon Liddy gets approval and a $30,000 budget to wiretap the Democratic headquarters at the Watergate Hotel. Now, did Nixon resort to offensive tactics because he thought someone was attacking him? So Charles Colson and Donald Segretti, both former Nixon dirty tricksters, say they have never heard of the Laguna Niguel burglary. Colson says, quote, "You're dealing with people who have very vivid imaginations. Harry wishes it was his imagination." About a week after the burglary is discovered, the inquiry tone changes. Suddenly, the number of agents investigating rises dramatically.
Oh, shit.
So 8 agents becomes 125, and the case is taken from Santa Ana office and turned over to Los Angeles agents. So they probably found out that someone was after some big money.
Yeah.
Probably Nixon's.
Probably.
Like they probably did. They probably knew. So Quote, "We had more heat on this case than you can shake a stick at," said Paul Chamberlain, who's the former Los Angeles FBI agent who was put in charge of the Laguna Niguel investigation. Quote, 125 guys working this case. That's pretty unheard of. It was the biggest commitment of FBI personnel that anybody had ever heard of. Which is a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
Like,
Yeah.
for a simple, small-time, quote-unquote, bank robbery, you have 125 people?
Yeah. Seems like somebody made a phone call.
Seems like, yeah.
Seems like a little suspicious, if you ask me.
Yeah. So,
The only way to not be suspicious is to wear a really cool disguise.
yeah, of course,
That I got a
yes.
hand hold on. Hold on. Give me half a second. Hold
Okay.
on.
Yeah, no, I'm giving you all the seconds you need.
Vamp.
I'm giving him all the seconds.
Vamp for the podcast.
I'm working on it. I'm fucking trying, my guy. I don't know what you want from me. Marty, how are you feeling today?
Like a vampire,
Yeah?
just vamping away.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
Is there a knife over there?
No.
I mean, what's your opinion on 125 FBI guys on a small-time bank? You think that Nixon found out that they
Yeah, there's definitely something big going on there. You know, it's like,
they're definitely
yeah.
they're a bit suspicious.
Well, that's, you know, on top of like the money that got stolen, that's a lot of money to hire that many agents to work
Yeah.
on one case.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Like
I don't
it's
know.
pretty.
I'm highly inconspicuous.
Yeah, of course, yes.
If you can't tell, I'm highly inconspicuous. They'll never know it's
I like
me.
your little eye holes up here.
Yeah, I gotta hold on. Gotta fucking.
I like how you're ripping it more. Like the other side isn't already open. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Now, if you really think about it, it is kind of suspicious, though, that they did have this many FBI agents attached to this case. Because, I mean, how many would they normally attach to this case? Maybe 30, 40?
well,
maybe?
so the original number was 8.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So-
so 8, and then all of a sudden they're like, we need 100 and something.
125 people.
I think there's a little bit of fuckery happening here.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm just trying to remain anonymous throughout all this.
Yeah, and I get you.
we'll throw
Harry
a voice
Barber?
changer on your voice.
So they have 125 guys working until June 17th of 1972 when a more infamous break-in occurred. About 125 agents are assigned to Watergate. So
Oh, shit.
just 3 months later, Watergate happens after this robbery. So in March, Harry Barber leaves Laguna Niguel with $12,000, a promise for more, and a sense that he owns the world. He flies with Uncle Emil Dinzio, who was the mastermind of the burglary, to Chicago. Harry sits in the O'Hare terminal staring out at the planes, and he gets an idea. He takes a couple days of R&R in Ohio, and then he saunters up to the ticket counter in Cleveland and buys a one-way ticket on the biggest plane they have. Quote, "I did it because I wanted to fly on a 747.
Oh,
Wow.
fucking queen in the skies, baby.
That's all he wanted to do. So he flies in style straight to the place they're looking for him. He flies to Los Angeles.
Oh, shit.
No leads, no witnesses, no breaks, no news, no arrests, no relief from the throngs of screaming people who kept their valuables in 458 breached safe deposit boxes with the United California Bank.
They only hit 458 of those, huh? Mm-hmm. Sheesh.
That's a lot of work.
I mean, they spent like a couple days doing it, so.
Yeah, they spent 3 days doing it. So, kind of makes sense. So it was 125 FBI agents just tripping over each other, going nowhere. And Harry Barber
Excuse me, sorry.
he flies back on the biggest plane just so he can find out what the 747 feels like. He hangs out in Southgate with his brother. He feels rich thanks to the $12,000 he's been paid for his role in the heist. He feels free, given the fact that he's only living 10 or so miles away from the office of the FBI
Oh my God.
agent in charge, Paul Chamberlain. So, yeah,
That's very Zodiac vibes.
he's only 10 miles away from the man who's trying to catch him.
Yeah.
And then a month goes by, then 2 months, and it is May 24th of 1972. This is too easy. And then Chamberlain's phone rings. It's Cleveland calling.
The whole city?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's the whole fucking city.
They're like, where's our $8 million you were stealing for us?
So there's been a series of bank burglaries in the Ohio area, including one on May 4th in Lordstown, in which the thieves sprayed liquid styrofoam in the alarm, cut through the roof, and exploded their way into the vault. Sound familiar?
I don't think so.
Not really, no.
No?
Never heard of it.
Okay.
I don't really see. I wonder if the person that we have in witness protection knows anything about that.
Maybe, yeah. You want to ask them?
I don't know. Do you want to ask them?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know anything about that? Hey Marty. Hey Marty. Yeah, there you go. Do you think you know anything about that case that just happened in Ohio?
I might have seen something.
Yeah, what did you see?
So I saw some guys kind of do some same shit they did in California.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know the guy's name?
It's like Barber, what,
Oh, okay.
Denzio, or
Something like that.
I don't know. One guy just was eating coins,
Oh, okay.
like a vending machine,
Okay.
and spitting them out. And then one guy was like, "Come on, goon, we have to go."
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's very, very insightful.
I'm sorry, my hair is getting in my face.
That box is fucking destroyed. I don't know why you didn't just turn around. The whole other side is ripped out. There we go. Okay.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Sorry, audio listeners. This is There we go. All right. What's up?
So the Cleveland field office raises the name Emil Denzio, one of their usual suspects in bank burglaries.
Mm-hmm.
But it is one that they've never been able to nail for a burglary. So they've never caught Emil and put him in prison or jail or anywhere for burglaries. But they always suspect he's part of them. So there's more. So when you're a frustrated FBI agent, more is quite possibly your favorite word. The Cleveland guys have turned up airline records that show Emil and 4 of his pals, Phil Christopher, Charlie Mulligan, Charlie Brockles, and Harry Barber, flew from Cleveland to Los Angeles on March 15th, 9 days before the United California break-in. Maybe they shouldn't have used their real fucking names.
Convenient.
Chamberlain's agents converge on LAX, flashing mugshots of the burglary crew, and they start interviewing cab drivers.
I don't think they need to start flashing people. I thought that was kind of fucked up.
God damn it.
He just like walked up and he's just like, "Sir, can you put your dick away?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry. Have you seen this man?" Yeah.
So when they're interviewing cab drivers, they meet a nice cabbie from Ghana. He remembers getting a $100 tip from the man in the photo, and he's pointing at Emil's face.
Oh shit.
Generous to a fault, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like-
that's the last time I ever be nice to somebody. You know?
I mean,
Fuck.
yeah, it's just kind of, maybe you shouldn't have. First of all, maybe you shouldn't have used your real names. If you're trying to get away with like a crime, maybe don't use your real names. And then also, maybe don't tip a cab driver $100 so he remembers your face. But so the cabbie gives the FBI an address, which is 9803 San Carlos Avenue in Southgate, which is the home of Ken and Viola Barber. Viola is Emil's sister and Harry and Ronnie's mom. Ronnie Barber is home when the FBI agent Jim Conway gets there. Harry is out. Ronnie's eyes give up too much. Though he's not talking, Conway knows Ronnie is involved.
He's like, were you involved? And his eyes are like,
Yeah.
no.
like a chameleon.
Yeah. He goes, look me in the eyes. And he goes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the Barber's phone records reveal calls to a real estate agent in Laguna Niguel. Not long after Conway leaves the house, Harry comes home. The FBI was here, Ronnie says.
Let's get out of town.
Harry says. The Barber brothers take off, and their only destination is east. The FBI.
You mean ETH?
Yeah. The FBI wants to put heat on the Barbers, so they subpoena Harry and Ronnie's mother, Viola, to testify before the grand jury. She says she knows nothing about nothing, and they think she's lying. Conway surmises that the Southgate house is far too small for the Barber family, plus 5 thugs from Ohio, so they had to get hotel rooms. After a tour of all the hotels in the area, the FBI finds the Jubilee. Bingo. They find rooms registered to Emil and Charlie.
Double bingo.
Yep. On Milligan's phone bill, they find a call to a man named Early Dawson in Tustin.
One Google plexing of bingos. I tried to think of the largest number I can think of.
So Frank Cali, who works in the Santa Ana FBI office, runs a background check on Early Dawson, finds a couple arrests for drunk driving. He finds that Early is a retired Marine. But one of Early's teletype stands out. He was born in Youngstown, Ohio. So...
Man, this is getting good.
That's the voice we're going with for Cali.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's an FBI agent, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I feel like, we need to have, like, this, like, nitty-gritty voice, because I'm doing all these comedic voices for, like, come on, Bobby.
Yeah, no,
You know?
like...
Like, man, this is getting good. Like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, there's, like, grizzled detective.
Yeah.
But he's an FBI agent.
Yeah. Perfect.
I might kiss a guy.
Oh.
Or 5. Or 20. Whatever it takes for me to get the answers.
Oh.
Bingo.
Say bingo.
So Callie and Conway are walking cliches in their black suits and black ties on their drive to Tustin, but Early isn't home. So they go back the next morning. He isn't home again, and they find him at the Walnut Room, which is a local beer bar. He's shooting pool, having a brew, all before 10 a.m.
Nice. What a hero.
Yeah. So Early, who they describe as a short, red-faced man whose Marine physique has added about 10 years of round, notices the black-suited guys, and he just says...
Oh, Early, after what was Early's voice?
I don't think we came up with
It was like, you're staring at me. It's like, yes, we are.
So...
That's very funny.
Yeah. You're staring at me. Yeah. And
But we haven't watched the movie about this yet, but I really hope this is a scene in that movie because that is almost too comedic to write, you know? And that's reality. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Just like he's just like drinking his fucking, he's got his beer and he's just like looks over and just Fed staring at him. What I was saying, we're gonna cut back and forth. Hold on, just go over there. You're staring at me.
yeah. We are.
All right, that's pretty cool. It's 10 a.m. and I'm drinking.
Yeah. So
I got my life together.
Callie convinces Early that it would be much easier for the FBI to do this interview at his home instead of in front of all of his friends. Early's home is spotless. It's filled with Asian art and memorabilia from Early's travels as a Marine. Callie, too, is a retired Marine, a Camp Pendleton infantryman, which is a connection that Callie believes he can use. Callie shows Early photos of the Denzio gang. Early points to Charlie Mulligan, his longtime friend from Youngstown. Quote, you served your country well, Callie says. Outside of a couple drunk driving things, you've never been in trouble, but these people used you. Early's chest puffs up. You want to...
Oh, Early's chest puffs up. I was always a little suspicious.
Early takes him to a garage, and the 1962 Oldsmobile that the burglars used is still sitting there. 'Cause of course it fucking is.
Nice.
Of course it is. The golden bronze car is appropriately colored. For Callie, it's a gold mine. Glancing in the backseat, he sees dust, the same kind of concrete dust he saw at the bank. He sees a cotton glove. 2 words come to Callie's mind. Probable cause. He's got enough for a warrant to search the entire car, and then, as if probable cause weren't enough, the telephone rings. Callie watches Early answer the phone. Then he watches Early's face drain of blood. Early covers the phone with his hand and mouths a word Callie never expected to hear. Mulligan. Callie whispers to Early, "Do I have permission to listen to this conversation?" Early mouths yes.
Early, you fucking dope. Why did you bring them to your house?
Because Early didn't want anyone talking to him about this in front of his friends.
Go to a police station.
No. He said, "You want to come back to my house?"
I said, maybe we'll go back to my house. We'll drink a couple beers. I know it's only 11 a.m. And then maybe we could play some pool or something like that. And
We'll just come back here.
then
later.
maybe you can take your shirts off and we can wrestle. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't know why Early decided to have them come to his house. He's just like, I know you don't come here often, but you want to come home with me?
You may not come here often, but I come here often. You know what I'm saying?
God damn it. So Charlie Mulligan is calling from Youngstown. Callie grabs the other phone. Mulligan wants to know if anyone's been coming around the house. Anybody, like who? Early says, playing dumb. Cops, FBI, anybody. Early tells him no, as the FBI stands a few feet away. Mulligan says he's getting on a plane flying to Los Angeles tonight. He wants to pick up the car. Callie's making hand signals. He's whispering. He's trying to tell Early to get Mulligan to meet someplace away from the house. Meet me at the Walnut Room, Early tells him. So now FBI agent Frank Callie is a good drunk. He's staggering around the Walnut Room, holding a beer, slurring his words. He's being very convincing. Charlie Mulligan walks in. He's just completed the biggest bank burglary in the history of the United States, and he wants his car back from Early Dawson's garage. Because just a couple hours earlier, he had called from Cleveland to say he was coming to pick it up. Early, the former Marine who told the FBI everything he knew, sits at the bar clinging to a beer mug. Frank has told him to do whatever he does. Frank has told him that whatever he does, he can't get drunk. But Early has nervously downed 6 beers by the time Charlie shows up. Charlie shakes Early's hand, orders a beer, and one more for Early. Charlie, this is my buddy Frank, Early says.
Oh my God.
Charlie isn't interested in the drunken Frank. He whispers to Early about getting the car, and Callie strains to listen. Early looks at his longtime buddy and says, "Do you have something to do with that $2 million burglary at Laguna Niguel?" Callie closes his eye. Early is blowing it. Now, Early, you know me better than that. Besides, it was more like $5 million.
Jesus.
Oh my fucking God. Jesus, man. What the fuck are you talking
If
about?
he didn't know then, he knew now.
It's just like if this was like a serial killer story, this would be even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because like, hear about them 3 teenagers got murdered up on Dawson Pass, and he's like, "No, Early, you know me better than that." Also, it was 5, and they were all strangled. Like, what?
Like, excuse me?
Time out.
He
Time
was
out.
like, wait, you guys were getting paid the whole time?
So Callie nearly coughs up his beer, and Early knows his buddy is a goner. Charlie and Early have a couple of beers, shoot a couple games of pool, then they head out the door. Callie follows behind. 15 FBI agents wait in the parking lot. Charlie stops. Something's going on. Suddenly, Callie isn't drunk anymore.
Oh, dude, I got this. Just like suddenly Callie isn't drunk anymore. Charlie Mulligan, I'm Agent Callie with the FBI. You're under arrest. It's like, oh shit. And then, did the bad boy, what you want, what you gonna do? When did I broke you?
So,
Hey, what you gotta do? What you gonna do? Anyway.
so everything is falling apart. This great plan to steal $30 million from President Nixon. The FBI, armed with a search warrant, swarmed to Dawson's house. They popped the trunk of the car and motherload. Police frequency scanners, ski masks, and other tools used in the bank heist. Agents discovered gloves, drills, drill bits, walkie-talkies, flashlights, torches, hacksaws, sledgehammers, bolt cutters, extension cords, and shotguns. It's all there.
Nice. That's good.
The FBI now has everything it needs. But there's more.
Okay.
So they find the condo where the burglars stayed. Conway arrives and the place looks like a dead end. It's spotless. The walls have been wiped down with some sort of cleaning solution, and they would have found more dirt in an operating room. Then someone opens the dishwasher. The men didn't wash their dishes.
Of course. Of course.
Nice.
So
That is why that woman divorced 7 men.
yes,
Yep.
right there.
She was like, honey, did you enjoy your dinner? Your very first dinner in our new house? He goes, yes, wife, I did. It's like, all right, listen, love, I'll be sure to take care of the dishes. The next morning she comes down, the dishes are still in the sink, and she's like, well, get the bags. And
That's number 5. What?
I have another disguise.
Oh, God.
Excuse me.
So
Uh-huh.
the FBI pulls fingerprints of Emil and James Denzio, Harry and Ronnie Barber, Charlie Mulligan, Charlie Brokel, and Phil Christopher off of the plates.
Oh, fuck.
By this time, Harry and Ronnie Barber are on the run, swashbuckling across the country 10 steps ahead of the cops. They figure that they have to stay away from their familiar surroundings in Cleveland and Youngstown areas, so they head for New York.
Mm-hmm.
Harry knows a man named Bruce Ruckdeschel, who runs a little apartment complex in Rochester. Harry takes a job as a handyman working and living in the complex. He's got it made. And then the FBI play dirty.
Oh, shit.
They arrest Viola Barber as she's walking through a Sears, and she is charged with lying to a grand jury.
Oh, shit.
Quote, if you can't find me, why do you have to go after my mother?
Yeah.
I'm bitter. I've been bitter for 30 years.
I've been bitter for 30 years.
Yeah. So,
Marty, are those snacks good?
There's no snacks going on here.
we can hear it because our mics are picking it up.
No, I muted my mic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it just
So,
nothing. He just keeps going.
oh, shit.
Oh God, that's gotta be bad for the eyes. The camera's on me. I don't know what to.
Put the money in the bag.
Oh my God, that's gotta be.
Put it in the bag.
Probably don't want to get that in your eyes, by the way.
Ouch. Put the money in the bag. My eyes burn. Hurry.
No. Oh God. Oh fuck. It's on me. I'm just putting my hair up. Everyone's getting in a disguise. My disguise is that if my hair is half up, you can't recognize me. So that's my disguise. How's it going there?
Is the money in the bag?
Yeah.
I hope so. I can't tell.
Oh God. Everything is being thrown.
Wait, put your disguise back on. Your disguise is so cool. Up to your camera. Ah.
There's so much going on right now. So
I kind of threw that box in that general direction. Is that pause track still recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
it hit his camera. So
that's fine.
it's fine.
That's cardboard.
So Viola isn't the one that the FBI want, obviously, but neither Harry nor Ronnie give themselves up. So the FBI decides if one mother doesn't work, why not try another?
Oh, shit.
The FBI converge on the home of Mary Mulligan, who is Charlie's mother and Emil's mother-in-law. And all she has to say when the FBI arrives is, "I've been waiting for you."
Oh, my God. I've been waiting for you.
They search her house. Nothing. They search her purse. Nothing.
They search
But-
your eyebrows. Nothing.
Nothing.
They search your teeth.
Nothing.
Little bit of food in there.
Oh.
She just had a nice little lunch. They search her bank accounts.
Nothing.
The usual. Nothing.
Yeah. So from the small amount of plant money in the United California Bank, Mary Mulligan has a marked $20 bill in her purse.
Oh, shit.
So Melissa Denzio, who is Emil's daughter, says, "I'll never forget the day the FBI arrested Grandma."
That's awesome. It was a day like any other.
Yeah.
You know, we just had a nice little lunch and we fed some birds and I was sitting on the couch with grandma and we were having a conversation. Then the front door exploded with about 30 pounds of Semtex. And the FBI came in and choke slammed grandma through a coffee table.
Man, I'm glad I loaned Grandma that $20.
I really like that just she sees the FBI and her first reaction is, "I've been waiting for you."
I've been waiting for you.
Like,
Yeah.
God damn, Grandma.
Grandma's tough as fuck.
Grandma's a badass.
Grandma don't give no fucks.
So on June 20th of 1972, the FBI arrests Phil Christopher in his pajamas at his Cleveland home. In his closet, they find a garment bag containing $32,420, some from Laguna Niguel and some from Lordstown, where thieves had cut through the ceiling, defeated the alarms, and blasted into a vault on May 4th. To say that Emil Denzio had a bad month of June would be inaccurate. June is a disaster, thanks in part to a kid named Michael Sinkle.
Oh, of course his name is Sinkle.
Yeah.
My name is Michael Finkel. I sometimes I like to categorize bugs in a booklet that I have at home, but I also have a mini travel size that I always take with me. And I kind of have a way with the ladies.
Oh.
Would you
Yeah?
like to see Sir Martin?
Does it involve chloroform?
No, of course not. I have plenty of that at home, but not going to use it on a woman. It's my great charm that gives me the ladies can't. The attraction levels are too high.
Okay.
Observe. If it cuts to the hello there, young lady. What's your name?
Taylor?
Hi, Taylor. Do you have a boyfriend, Taylor?
I have a fiance.
I kept marrying this one lady one time who divorced me 7 times.
Oh. Wow. Are you going to get married to her again?
Yes.
So Michael lives on Boardman Street in Youngstown in the house across from the Denzio family. And on Thursday, June 25th, Michael wakes up and sees a man digging in his front yard. It's not a nightmare. It's just Emil from across the street. The next morning, Michael goes outside, digs up a little dirt, and finds a thermos. Inside is $98,600.
Oh my god. Almost 100 fucking K in a thermos.
And he,
Jesus.
Because this little shitbag couldn't mind his own fucking business.
Melissa Denzio says, "We always hated that little kid." She's not like this guy.
Yeah.
I was too busy looking for the Osteoborastic delphano, which is a type of firebug that lives within little mounds. And I thought it was a mound because he was digging. And I didn't really take a mill for being a bug lover such as myself. We call ourselves arachnoheads. It's very funny. But I'll put in, there's money in there. It's stupid.
So, Emil Denzio, a guy the FBI says successfully broke into more than 30 banks and stole more than $30 million, accumulatively, is arrested on June 27th. He says that he's been framed by the FBI.
I've been framed.
Of course he has.
I've been framed.
We'll talk more about that later, why he says he was framed.
Mm-hmm.
But less than a month later, a team of surveyors working less than a mile from the United California Bank find a burlap bag beneath the low brush along Sea Island Drive. Inside the bag is a bundle of 2,000 stock certificates. General Electric, Standard Oil, Bell Telephone, ITT, 3 10,000 U.S. saving bonds, and another $10,000 certificate. The contents of the bags are worth about $1.2 million. And they just buried it. What is with these men and burying things? They buried their tools the first time.
Well, the first time they put it in a bush.
And it got stolen.
Yeah.
The second time, they did it again. And then Emil buries a thermos of almost $100,000. And then they also buried about, what was it?
$1.2 million.
$1.2 million worth of stock certificates and bonds.
Well,
And they just expected that to be fine.
that's the thing though. You gotta think like a bank robber, or you gotta think like a Fed, Taylor. All these Feds are too busy looking for their clues. They're not busy looking down at their fucking shoes like us. You know, we're always making sure that our fucking Skechers are lighting up, dog. You know, because they're out here like. Because pigs can't look down. Okay, is it up? Whatever. I think it's definitely up. But they're too. But for cops, it's flip, man. They can't look down. They're always busy looking forward and up, man. Because they're looking out for fucking crazy shit happening. I'm over here on the ground scuttling and shit. Just scuttling around, digging little holes, putting about $1.2 million in holes. Have you seen the yard? See those little patchy areas? It's fucking $15 billion.
Did you rob a bank?
No. Definitely not.
So, I, for some reason, don't believe you. But also, the loot has been laundered. Not laundered like criminals launder money. Laundered as in like in a washing machine. They washed the money. The stocks. Because they were worried about their fingerprints. So honestly, they should have just washed the dishes with their stock certificates.
Killed two birds with one stone. Yeah.
Why?
I think they misunderstood when the boss was like, "We have to launder this money immediately," and they're like, "Got it, boss. We'll launder it immediately." And then he's like, "Boss, you thinking like Tide, or you thinking something else?"
Do we have to iron these?
Is this perm press or
It's more of a dry cleaning thing. They're like, what are you talking about?
Are these air dry, or can we throw them in the dryer too? Like, I don't know why they washed it, other than they were just worried about fingerprints. But like, I don't know. That's certainly a decision.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer.
So then about $1.4 million is discovered in a field near the Denzio home. The bank pledges to give the money back to its customers, and a jury forces them to give even more. On June 27th of 1975, 36 people who maintained safe deposit boxes at UCB were awarded $1.2 million, which they had to split 36 ways.
All right, hold on. Let me get the calculator out. $1.2 million.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, excuse me.
what is 1.2 million divided
No,
by 30?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Wait. Hold on.
40,000.
Hold on. give me half a second. What, 32?
Yeah.
36?
36?
36.
Oh, 36.
33,000.
33,000.
30.
$333.33.
That is, I don't know, depending on what they had in there, that's not a whole lot.
I think that's on top of.
It's all up here,
on
man.
top of, okay,
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with the heat closing in on him, alarm expert Charlie Brokel becomes what the FBI referred to as an unindicated co-conspirator. I feel like I have to sneeze. He indicted co-conspirators on other colorful terms of what he became. The most flattering thing they call him, though, is a rat. Brokel begins helping the FBI and enters the WITPRO program.
Oh, shit. Witness protection, huh?
Yep. Their alarm expert just immediately said, "You want to know what happened? I'll tell you everything that happened. First we did this and this and this and this."
Yeah.
Put me in WITPRO.
He entered WITPRO, which is crazy, and he helped start a podcast network. His name is Marty Coward.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
So
He's really into fish tanks now.
he is. So the FBI turns its attention to the Barbers. They get a tip that leads them to Rochester, to Ruckdeschel's apartment complex. On January 15th of 1973, the FBI storm the complex and nab Ronnie. Later that day, Harry parks his car. He's walking towards the complex when Ruckdeschel comes towards him. Something doesn't feel right.
No, it's not.
He fucking left it on my camera, and I looked over and I just started laughing and started pointing. He was too busy getting the mask. I just went like this, and I was like, "Wait for it," and I just kept pointing.
No, it's not.
It's not him. It's definitely him.
I wish I had something to throw at you.
I mean, there's plenty of things. It just
Yeah.
there's a whole thing of paper towels right
I
there.
know. Hold on.
Oh God. I feel like the paper towels are the easiest, but what do I know? I just make the suggestions and they just get turned down, and you know, it's just how it is.
No, it's not.
I don't want you to panic, Marty. Okay. I want you to
Don't
relax.
panic.
I want you to relax. Be as calm as you can.
My name's not Marty.
Charlie. Oh.
Just be as calm and as still as possible.
No, it's not. It's not. I swear.
I hope the camera picked. I whacked him. I whacked him for you, boss. Don't you worry. I really hope the camera picks up the fucking first one zipping past the front of the bag and barely missing you, and then I was like, "Don't move." They call me the cross-eyed assassin. I'm always like, "Hey guys, stop it fucking minute right now. Hey,
What?
Where are you?" Don't.
So something about Harry Barber is to know that he, unless you're like a law enforcement officer or a bank security guard or someone that he wants to steal something from, he's a pretty sincere guy. He looks you in the eye, buys you a beer. And Bruce Ruckdeschel, Harry's landlord and employer, likes him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty lucky for
That's
Harry.
pretty cool. I mean, nothing about Harry that I've heard so far, at least most of these guys that I've heard so far, nobody's really been like a real piece of shit.
No.
I don't really know, like, we don't really know, like, their, I mean, some of them criminal charges we know, but, like, almost everybody seems like they're just kind of just a bunch of dudes who are, like, they're just kind of, they're very professional. You know, like, they're very professional robbers. They're not like, we're going to fucking, torture someone or do this. They're like, we're here for the money. And if that shit's insured, it doesn't fucking matter.
We're in, we're out, we're good.
Yeah.
So on the day that the FBI swarms the complex, Harry's out running errands, and when he returns, Ruckdeschel stands there with a strange look on his face and says, "Harry, they just arrested your brother." On January 15th of 1973, Harry turns and runs.
He just woke up on June 15th, 1973 and was like, and I just started running.
No, well, so that's the same day that they arrested Ronnie. So I assume that the only reasonable thing he could have done is he gets told that they just arrested his brother. He just turns around, immediately gets in the car, and just drives. Says nothing.
Cut to the wide. I just imagine like it was like just say the line.
Harry, they just arrested your brother.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. And then he takes off.
I don't. Was that on purpose?
What?
You just tripping over everything.
I'm the master of comedy. Now, what you don't understand about improv is that it's 100% planned 100% of the time. And
It wasn't me.
sorry.
There's so much going on right now.
Just
Are we okay?
yeah, sorry. Just wait for a run.
Okay. So Harry hops in his car and heads west away from Rochester, New York. The FBI doesn't even realize that they almost had him.
Yeah.
One of the 7 guys who tried to steal President Nixon's money but had to settle for $8 million, and the distinction of pulling off the biggest bank burglary in U.S. history. He's the only one that gets away.
Oh shit.
It's just Harry Barber.
Honestly, boss, I think I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here.
So Harry says that he loves this part, the running. Running is the ultimate test. Your brain against theirs, and when you're running, you can be anything you want to be. The only thing Harry Barber can't be is Harry Barber.
And an astronaut.
Well, I mean,
Well, he can probably be an astronaut.
yeah, he probably could do it.
You can't.
The FBI comes into a bar in like fucking St. Petersburg, Florida. It's like somewhere in the middle of Florida. It's just like some random fucking town.
Yeah.
And they're like, have you seen this man known as Harry Barber? And he's just like, in a spaceman costume. And he's like, never seen the day in my life. And he's like, let me go ask my friend who's also a cowboy. And he comes back out and it's the same costume, but he's got a cowboy hat on top.
Oh
And he
my
goes,
God.
hello, it's me, Space Cowboy Harry. Space Cowboy Harry Barber.
So Harry Barber makes a call to an attorney he knows and tells him that he needs to disappear. The attorney, whose name Harry will not divulge, sets Harry up with a new name and driver's license. Harry says the attorney pulled the name from the newspaper obituary column.
Wow.
Yep. In the time it takes to burn an old driver's license, Harry James Barber is gone, and John Baker is reborn.
Oh, John Baker. That's a good name.
Yeah. Best time of my life, Harry says. I loved being a fugitive.
Best time of my life. I love being a fugitive. You know, because honestly, you just kind of go to gas stations and you kind of go to payphones and see vending machines. You know, vending machines are everywhere. A lot of people don't know that. Go to vending machines and then I just kind of take the coins and I just go, and then like it just goes in. I love vending machines.
Are you good? Okay.
Yes.
So the first big decision of John Baker's new life is where. He figures the FBI has checked him out, and if they're any good at all, they must know how much he hates cold weather. Does the FBI track fugitives' weather preferences? Harry's pretty sure that they do.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure they do.
He's pretty sure.
That's really funny. They're like, does he like the cold? It's like, no. He must be in Alaska.
So they are sure that they'll look out for a heat wave Harry in the West or in Florida.
Not a fucking chance to call him Heat Wave Harry.
That's what they call.
All my friends know me as Heat Wave Harry.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So he's going to outsmart them by staying in the icy north. He's the burglar who won't come in from the cold. He drives to Buffalo, makes a left, heads south on Highway 219 into Pennsylvania in bitter January. He can't go home. Neither can early Dawson.
No,
Early.
Now he's late Dawson.
Yeah. So Early, the former Marine from Tustin, is the star witness in the trials against the 6 bank burglars. Let's just say more than a few people wanted Early Dawson to become the late Early Dawson. That was in there before you said that. So.
Yeah, it's definitely peas in a pod there.
FBI agent Frank Cali gets a tip that 2 Youngstown thugs are going to hit Early. The hit, he is told, is going to take place at Early's home away from home, the Walnut Room in Tustin. Oh, God. On the night the hit is supposed to go down, Cali fills the place with agents. He sits Early at the bar, tells him not to drink too much, and whatever you do, Early, don't go outside the bar. Your protection is inside. So here's what Cali didn't tell Early. He couldn't arrest him. The tip came from the person who said they would never, ever, never in a million years take a witness stand. So Cali won't have anything on them unless they harm Early in some way. But he's not going to let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Before long, 2 burly guys saunter into the Walnut Room. They approach Early. They tell him they're friends of Early's brother and they want to go outside. Early invites them to shoot some pool.
He's like, that's so funny, dude. Just like walks up and goes, I think we should go outside Early. And he's just like,
You want to go play some pool?
I think we should go play some pool right now.
Go play some pool.
I think so. Like, all right. You've convinced me not to stab you. You're a pretty cool guy, Early. Oh, man. You know, you're a pretty cool guy. I'm totally going to fucking stab you later, but you're just you're so fun. You know that? You know how big a 30-aught round is?
Early decides that a couple games can't hurt. So the hitman orders some beer, start knocking around the cue ball around with the guy that they're supposed to kill. Then they notice the crowd. It's not your usual Saturday night. Lots of closely cropped men staring at them. It's a little, I don't know, you walk into a bar,
Dude,
they all have like closely cropped hairstyles, and you're like,
And he's like, what kind of bar is this, Early?
it's like,
All these men are just closely cropped staring at me.
Yeah.
like they just have cop haircuts, and you're like, what is happening?
I want to write a comedy movie about this so fucking bad. This would be so this movie. This would be. I mean, I'm sure. I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know how comical it is, but I would love to write a true comedy based around this because I like to think of them shooting pool and they're like, oh, maybe all these guys are cops. And they, like, he looks over and the camera pans and it's just a room full of like 40 to 50 federal agents and they have like machines hooked up and they're like fucking like shit playing like radio traffic and then they all look. What? Keep going.
Oh.
they're like, oh, I'm sorry. You keep shooting pool.
So the men can feel that this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Cali can see that they're starting to get spooked, so he makes his move. He walks up to the 2 guys and tells them in so many words that they've got big problems.
We got like so many. There's like they're huge. So, like what? It's like the bad things. What's the? Oh my gosh! What's the word? It's like there's like lots of bad things, but they're like big problems. Big problems. That's what I meant.
Cali also tells them the room is full of FBI. If they try anything, they will be, at best, thrown in jail for life, and at worst, the barkeep will be wiping their brains off the pool table.
God, that's so fucking cool.
God, Cali, god damn.
He's like, that's such a fucking like hard way of saying that.
No.
It's like a couple of options for you. Either 1, life in prison, or 2, we scrape your fucking memories off that pool table.
Yeah.
God, you're so fucking cool.
Like, yeah. So then Cali makes like John Wayne and then tells them to get out of town.
Get out of town.
So they get out of town. They were like, nah, okay. There's not fucking with that. Realizing the precarious nature of life, Early enters the witness protection program. And he lives to testify against all of them.
Oh, shit.
All of them are convicted. 20 years apiece for Emil Denzio, Charlie Mulligan, and Phil Christopher. 15 years apiece for James Denzio and Ronnie Barber. and Charlie
Nice.
Brokel, too, goes into the witness protection program.
Like-
That wasn't even like a true burp. It just was like
I'm like
rumblies.
Charlie Burple, am I right?
Listen,
nice.
it was just rumblies in my chest. I didn't
Nice.
actually burp.
Nice. We just high-fived, so that was pretty cool. Got really long arms.
So by early 1973, the FBI has recovered about half of the cash in stocks and bonds and jewelry from the United California Bank, and they are about to get more. On the 29th of March, Harry Hall, the public relations man who works for the Teamsters in Los Angeles, same guy who's like a huge rat in the community,
Yeah.
walks into the Amalgamated Trust and Savings Bank in Chicago and tries to get a $30,000 loan. As collateral, he uses $175,000 in securities stolen from Laguna Niguel. For the 8th time in his long felonious life, Hall is arrested. Because of course he is.
Nice.
Hall tells the jury that he's been set up. He claims that the Teamsters official gave him the securities and that he is, quote,
A fly caught in a web. I'm a little fly, man. I'm a little fly. I'm squirming. I'm a little fly. In a web.
So, if the fly is telling the truth, then the money from the botched attempt to steal money from Nixon ended up fattening the pockets of the Teamsters, a union that, for the first time in its history, 3 months after the burglary, endorsed Nixon. So the jury believes Harry Hall, and he's acquitted. Harry Hall wins. Nixon wins. The greatest bank burglars of all time lose, except for Harry Barber. Except he's now John Baker, a handyman living in Brookville, Pennsylvania, a mill town less than 4,000 residents along Interstate 80. He lives on Main Street in a loft that once had been the attic of an old theater. Quote, I took a dump and made it a palace, Harry says.
Was that?
That's what I say every time I use the restroom.
Dude, like, I know that he meant, like, the place was a dump and he made it a fucking beautiful place to live. But for some reason, I imagine he's like, hey, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I like it. Hey, thanks so much. Yeah. And the door closes. And he's just like, all right. It's a palace.
It's a palace. Harry also gets a little runty dog and names her Peaches.
Oh my god, so my cute.
Yeah. There's nothing that can trip him up now, except he falls in love. So
With peaches?
no, actually. I mean, I'm sure he loved Peaches, but he meets a woman in a roadside bar on the day she buries her husband.
How romantic.
Was that her 8th husband? Is this the same woman?
I
Dude,
don't know.
I just read the next line of that. That is fucking. That's so. Wow.
Yeah, so
What? Read that word for word, please. That's.
Marlene Brady's husband died in a drunken driving accident, and after his funeral, she decided she needs a drink.
Wow.
It's August of 1977.
What are you talking about? That's so fucked up.
That's really fucked up, yeah.
It's so fucked up. It's so funny though. Like, don't get me wrong, drunk driving related accidents are horrific and tragic, and that is horrific and tragic. But if you've been listening to the show and you can't laugh at the statement that's fucking absurd. This lady, her husband dies in a drunk driving accident. Who knows if he was the victim of drunk driving or he was drunk driving and crashed and died. And her first thing after he's put in the fucking dirt, she goes, I need a drink. Like, Marlene, you fucking drove here. What are you talking about? She's like, I don't know, man. She's like, I'm about to meet a fucking dude, and he has a dog named Peaches, dog, whatever.
So, Marlene sits in a booth with her twin sister, Darlene.
Of course.
Marlene and Darlene. But the place isn't very busy, and the bartender can see that she's hurting. So he leaves his other customers and comes out to her table. He has curly blonde hair, a gap-toothed smile, and mystery in his eyes, and she likes that. My name is John.
My name is John.
Harry Barber says, lying because he has to.
John Baker.
Marlene will never forget the night that she met John Baker. Quote, he eased me.
He eased me. Darlene and Marlene.
He eases the whole town of Brookville, Pennsylvania. And Harry Barber stops running in Brookville. He's got a new name, a new life, and after a couple dates, a new girlfriend, and he's feeling better than he has in a long time. He's gotten life licked. But he hasn't forgotten the FBI. He goes into the Brookville post office, sees his picture on the wall, and he's made the FBI's list of the 10 most wanted fugitives. He looks around, coast clear, he rips the poster off the fucking wall.
I like how, like, I would imagine, like, when he walks in, he's like, hey, Phil, good to see you. And he's like, oh, hey, they're John, how are you? I'm like, looks at the fucking thing. It's just a big ass photo of him. And the postman walks up and he's just like, that kind of looks like you, huh? And he's like, no.
No. Yeah.
Violent tearing
Hey, look at
ensued.
that little dog over there.
So
The dog's riding a bicycle. Look at that shit. That's cool. There's a dog riding a bicycle with a flamethrower over there.
So Harry Barber is a fugitive, but John Baker is a good man. He drives an old pickup truck. Quote, he remodeled my whole house. Bill Bish, a Brookville deputy sheriff, said, quote, nice guy.
God, dude, I just wish I would love like a fucking, you know, like you ever see was that anime show is called Sword Art Online. Marty, have you seen that? Basically, it was like people by punching like with like headsets, and they get like VR, and they get trapped in this VR world. It's a whole thing. And they die. They fucking die in real life. But I would love to, like, a thing where it's similar to that, except you don't die in real life, where they can put you in situations like this. Because I would love to be able to go back in the 70s and be a guy who just robbed a bank for $8 million, escaped the feds. It's a crazy action story, and then all you do is fuck around and you're just somehow in a cartoon world. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
This is real life. This actually happened. This is out of this doesn't make any sense.
There's more.
Comes in, comically large mustache, and he's like, hey there, sheriff, do you think I can mark on your house? And he's like, sure, man, I just met. It's like, what?
So one time, Baker asks Bish if he wants to get out of town and have some fun. Bish thinks that he means Reynoldsville. Baker means Hawaii. So they spend a week together on the Big Island, and Baker spends like he's got all the money in the world.
He took the fucking cop to Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. That's actually super badass, man. How fucking cool is that? Like, don't get me wrong, like it's super like kind of like it's absolutely out of control, but it's also really fucking cool for that cop, because odds are he was never gonna go to Hawaii, you know, like ever. And then like not knowing this guy's in the fucking highly top 10 most wanted criminal by the FBI,
Yeah.
he just goes, hey bud, wanna go to Hawaii? And he's like,
Yeah.
I want to go to Hawaii. I've never seen the ocean before. You know, like all excited. And he's got like the lei on, gets off the plane. He's just like, whoa.
He's just so
fucking
excited.
yeah, you know, drinking fucking Mai Tais on the beach and shit. You know, do all this shit. And then he's like, oh, you're such a cool guy. Good thing you're not that guy that robbed that bank.
Yeah, no. Of course not. So while in Hawaii, he mails a postcard to the LA field office of the FBI and signs his old name, Harry Barber. Fucking playing the game of Catch Me If You Can.
That's so funny.
This dude is in Hawaii with the town sheriff and decides, I need to go mail something real
This is literally the fucking best true. Honest to God, this is the best true crime story we've ever covered on this podcast.
So, John Baker is particularly popular around Brookville police. Darlene Carberry, who is Marlene's twin sister, is a deputy. Quote, we all liked him, Bish says. Fucking not realizing that you just went on a vacation with a fucking top 10 most wanted.
You know what's really funny is like some might say that this was all an elaborate ploy by Harry Barber.
I really
to win the trust of law enforcement within the town. But I genuinely believe that these people are his friends.
Yeah, no, I'm fairly certain, like, he was just making friends, having fun, like,
Yeah. Because he worked at the fucking bar, right?
yeah.
So I'm sure like the cops would come in probably on duty because it's the 70s and
Yeah.
get beers on shift and shit. And then like, I don't know. I just imagine him like going in the station, like when everybody's working, kicks feet up in the break room. And he's like, guys, working any cool cases this week? And they're like, we're looking after this bank robber. I'm like, fuck that guy. You guys are doing? Come to my bar.
Yeah.
Just like kicking it with the cops.
Yeah.
I can't wait for all of this to just crash down upon this city. This is gonna be so excited.
Police Chief John Dinger really likes John Baker. He hires Baker to do work around the police station and at his home. When the senior center needs work, Baker gets the job. When he's finished, he tells them they don't have to pay him. The jewelry store calls, funeral parlor calls, and then the bank needs a remodel.
Oh my God.
Baker has so many jobs that he starts working nights and weekends. Quote, they gave him keys to the bank. According to John Dinger.
That's so fucking cool,
They
man.
gave him fucking keys. Oh my God.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll find it.
Yeah.
I just fucking hit my keyboard.
So fucking awesome.
Yeah. So these Brookville people are great. They'll give you the shirt off their backs and the money in their bank, but John Baker doesn't take the money. He's not a burglar anymore. The nice people of Brookville have nothing to worry about. Quote, just because I did what I did, Harry says with a laugh, doesn't mean I'm untrustworthy. I had keys to half the town.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's a professional.
Like, he's a
He's fucking
just a stand-up
Well, he's
guy.
fucking set up for life at this point. So he's
Yeah.
like, why don't I fucking need more money? Like, I don't care. I'm here because I love these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, honestly, yeah. So Baker's the kind of guy that would find a stray cat at a sawmill and bring it home. And he's living at Marlene's place.
Why is a stray cat in the sawmill?
I don't know why there's a stray cat at the sawmill, but
Does
there
it-
was one and he took it home.
Does it work there?
I don't think so. I think it's in the wrong place.
What, they tying it to logs and shit? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Like,
But-
catch me if you can, Batman.
So he does actually take the cat home, and the cat has the run of the house. And when Baker has dinner, the cat eats off of his plate. Only rarely does John Baker long for his former life. On those occasions, Harry Barber gets in the pickup, hops on I-80, and heads for Youngstown. On the seat next to him is a garment bag full of his best threads, and it's now 1980, 8 years after the burglary, and the heat is off. Harry spends the weekend in Youngstown hitting clubs with his old buddies, and at the end of the weekend, he takes his clothes to the same dry cleaners his parents used when he was a kid. Big Shot gets his clothes cleaned and pressed professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Harry is a big shot, but his former life is dangerous, and Harry realizes that. So he packs up the pickup, and John Baker heads back to Brookville. One night, Marlene is doing his laundry while John sits at the kitchen table. She's folding his pants when she notes the writing on the inside of his pants pocket. The dry cleaner had written the name H. Barber. John, who is H. Barber? Marlene asks.
You gonna get mad if I lie to you? Are you gonna get mad?
We'll see. Just tell me the truth.
Oh, you're gonna be so mad. Oh, you're gonna be so mad. I'm not who you think I am. My name's Harry Barber.
That's what he tells her. He brings her to the kitchen table, tells her exactly that, and in the next few hours, Harry tells her the whole thing. The burglary, the cash, the boat, the escape, the whole fucking thing, and Marlena's just looking at him. He's trying to read her face, and here's what she's thinking when he finishes his story. Cool. Quote, I was wild and crazy, and I was excited by what he had done.
What are you talking about?
So excited, in fact, that the first chance she gets, she tells her sister Darlene.
Oh my god.
Darlene, the deputy sheriff, Darlene. Because she couldn't just keep it to herself. He couldn't lie and be like, you know, these are a friend's pants. He couldn't just lie. Like, just been like, oh yeah, like I picked these up at the thrift shop.
He's not a liar, pants on fire.
No.
But he is a liar, pants on fire.
No, but he's a liar with freshly pressed pants on fire.
That are definitely on fire.
So, Darlene tells Joe Faustini, who is another deputy sheriff, and then suddenly, the story about John Baker / Harry Barber is bouncing around Brookville like a bunch of ping pong balls. The only problem is that nobody tells Harry how much his legend has grown. So on May 12th, Harry is working on an electrical panel at the Big Country Campground right outside Brookville. He gets a tap on the shoulder. Are you Harry Barber? The man with a closely cropped hair wants to know. Never heard of him, Harry says. That doesn't work. Suddenly, Harry Barber, whom the FBI has been chasing for more than 8 years, is not a fugitive anymore. He is not John Baker anymore. He is incarcerated.
Oh shit. It's a bad name.
Marlene Brady visits him a couple times in prison, but then she loses contact with him when he's transferred to California. He's sentenced to 20 years, but he only serves 3. It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably from all the good behavior he did in, what was it, Baker's?
Honestly, that was probably a huge part.
yeah, in Brooksville, like,
Brooksville, yeah.
he probably got
It's a non-violent robbery. I mean, he was, they probably were just like, fuck it, man. Just get out of here.
Yeah.
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 Because either that or he probably was like, he was probably in prison and was like, I fucking had like the run of like half a town and I literally like maintained the town.
Yeah.
And then the prison was probably like, want to do some work on death row? And he's like, fuck yeah, I'll do some work on death row. And then just started like doing like handyman work. And they're like, let's get this guy the fuck out of here, man.
So
Within 3 weeks, I had the keys to the whole prison.
yeah.
For 6 weeks, I was the warden because the warden went on vacation to Hawaii.
I sent him there.
So Harry Barber got out, and at the time that this was written, like the section, he was 61. He lived in a dilapidated trailer in Montclair, just 53 miles from the bank that he helped beat for $8 million.
Oh, I was hoping he would move back to the town. And
No.
I was really
Marlene.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd move back to the town, and then all the police and everybody would meet him and be like, and he's like, "What's up, boys?" Oh, that'd have been so much cooler.
I know. He does have a dog named Snoopy, and a sign outside his trailer that says, "My kids drink from the toilet." He's still a handyman, but he's not a successful one.
Oh man.
So he still is like wild and bright when he talks about like his past. He's heard about his uncles. Charlie is living on a pension in Youngstown. Emil and James are in prison again, serving time for later burglaries. And he still talks about the Dinzios fondly. They're good people. Running with them and running from the heat are the best memories Harry Barber has. But there is still the question of his money. Harry will tell you today that he is owed $500,000 from the time he and Uncle Emil's crew pulled off the biggest burglary in U.S. history. Mm-hmm. One of these days, when Uncle Emil gets out of prison, Harry knows he's going to get his money. Quote, he's good for it.
Wow.
If we are ever near Montclair, California, I want to find him, contact him, and go buy him a fucking beer. Because I want I want him to tell me this story.
It's just insane. This whole thing.
I have so many more questions for him. I wonder if we can contact him and get him on the podcast.
Maybe.
That would be rad.
And just be like, why did you never go back to the town?
Yeah. I'm curious. He had like a whole good thing going for him in Brooksville.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. I'll look it up.
But that is the United California Bank Heist.
Hell yeah.
We are now going to kind of jump back to the whole Emil claiming that he was framed for the robbery. So in May of 1972, FBI agents burglarized the garage of a Mills home in Youngstown, Ohio, for the sole purpose of stealing any items they could that might contain his fingerprints. He says that the whole purpose of this was to frame him for the 1972 burglary. In all, the FBI agents stole 32 items during their burglary in a Mills garage. 11 of the items were flashlight batteries found in some of his children's battery-powered toys. All of the items were sent to the FBI's crime laboratory in Washington, D.C. The FBI's latent fingerprint section, identification division, processed the stolen batteries and discovered one battery had a Mildenzio's fingerprint on it. The FBI agents and United States Attorney in Los Angeles then planted a Sears Explorer flashlight with the battery containing a Mills fingerprints in the 1962 Oldsmobile, allegedly connecting him to the crime. The battery was later used as evidence in court to frame Emil and gain a conviction for that burglary. An FBI document even proves that the FBI burglarized Emil's garage. The document clearly states that the articles in question were taken from his property and sent to the FBI lab for analysis. Strangely enough, all the articles stolen by the FBI were articles that could easily be incorporated into the crime scene in California. This document was obtained by the FBI pursuant to a Freedom of Information Act request. This document was no doubt released by accident, and for obvious reasons, the document is undated. The FBI and the United States Department of Justice refused to admit that the FBI agents burglarized Emil's garage with the sole intent of framing him for a crime that they were otherwise unable to solve. And this this comes from emildenzio.com.
Okay. Nice.
It's the whole website about him being framed. They have a bunch of like crime scene photos. They've got apparently a contact, get in touch with Emil, where you can send him an email. If you have any questions or comments for Emil, you can send them to him and he'll maybe get back to you.
We should email him.
I mean,
that'd be cool.
yeah.
Also, I just found out Harry Barber is 82 years old now. Looks like I don't know. I don't know if it's the same one. Harry J. Barber, 82 years old,
That would
Montclair,
make sense,
California.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I got a phone number.
Don't call him.
Oh man.
Don't call him. He's just an old man doing his own thing.
This is a special agent steward with the Berlin FBI. Like, oh fuck. We need you back for one more job.
So on the emildenzio.com website, they want to make sure that you guys understand that Emil is a bank burglar, not a bank robber. So often those two terms are used interchangeably, but they are very different. Burglar is one who enters a bank at night, generally when nobody is present to be harmed. Burglary requires great skill. In that, a means of entry to a locked facility must be gained by requiring the bypass of high-tech alarm systems, and entry into the vaults and safety deposit boxes must be done with specialized tools and most often explosives. Bank robbers, on the other hand, generally enter the bank during the day when people are present, often with a gun or some sort of weapon. Bank robbers rely on the fear of others to facilitate the theft and escape. And that type of crime requires much less skill and is more violent in nature than burglary.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to make sure that y'all know that. He's a burglar, not a robber. And you know what? That is a fair distinction because this man seems pretty not violent at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone seems like a pretty kind of just chill person. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I got though. That is the United California Bank Heist.
What? Yeah. Oh my gosh. What?
That was a ride.
That was so much fun. Oh man, I want to call Harry Barber now.
Don't call Harry.
I don't want to
Barber.
call. Well, if he is actually 80 years old.
Don't call him.
If he is actually 80 years old, I mean, I want to see if I can like get in contact with him, because I would love to have a fucking little thing, like, you know, for Hans Graves, where like I do an interview with Harry Barber.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, even just a phone interview would be really cool. Would be like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Like, I have so many questions.
Right.
Like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we could probably hit up Emil
Yeah.
and be like,
Send him an email.
Are you interested in doing an interview?
To be fair, though, he may not want to, just because he claims that he was framed and not actually part of the whole thing. But you never know until you email him.
Yeah, you guess you never truly know.
That's what I got.
Well, that was certainly a ride. Thank you, Tay. That was a lot of fun. This is quite a long series. It was pretty fun. About almost fucking 3 hours worth of content.
Something like that, almost.
Just straight robbery, and honestly, probably one of the funnest true crime stories I've ever been a part of.
It's so fun.
That was so much
good.
fun.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. But if you had fun, be sure to rate us 5 stars in the listening apps, like, share, subscribe, you know, the usual, all that fun stuff. If you want to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, HGOPodcast, at HGOPodcast. If you want to follow us on, if you want to send us an email, HGOPodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us directly, it's been, hold on, let me just go ahead and move this back up. At I Hunt the Haunted on Instagram. And pass it over to Tay.
My handle is Lunar Thrill. That can be found on Instagram or TikTok. But yeah, that's really the only social media I got. How about you, Martine?
I didn't do it.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
I don't have any more darts.
Follow me at Ghetto Feather.
I got more darts.
Around here.
I got more darts.
So Ghetto Feather at Ghetto Feather over here. Is it that
You-
way?
other
It's
way.
on the
That
other
way?
side.
Other way. Yeah.
That way.
Lower. Out.
At Ghetto
God.
Feather. I didn't do it.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Hans Graves and Omens. In here, and hopefully very soon. I don't know if it's gonna be the end of this month or maybe next month. I'm still trying to figure it out. But we're gonna have some special guests. I'm gonna try to get them to come in the studio. Some good friends. Taylor doesn't even know about it, I don't think.
I probably don't,
Probably
but can
don't.
I think I can make a guess on who it is, maybe.
We'll talk after the podcast.
Okay.
But until next week when we see you again. Oh, sorry about not streaming as well. We were busy taking drinks, getting drinks in, doing some karaoke. But we'll do another stream here soon. But until next week, stay spooky
Stay haunted.
and put the money in the bag. Bye.
No. Bye.